Corruption crimes under Buhari are reappearing under Tinubu. His minister, Betta Edo, has the same theft pattern like her predecessor. US scholar Farouk Berugi speaks. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post our juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. A Nigerian-American professor, Farouk Berugi, has called on President Bola Tinubu to sack the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu, over her alleged involvement in corruption scandal. Sahara reporters on Friday reported that Edu, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, asked the Accountant General of the Federation, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Sakirat Medine, to send public funds to a private account. The private account belongs to Uniyelu Bridget Mojisola, identified as a project manager by the minister. Farouk, in an article on his social media handle on Saturday, affirmed that the regulation said public money should not, under any circumstance, be paid into private bank accounts. He asserted that if Tinubu did not fire Edu forthwith and bring her to justice, he had already lost the moral high ground to try Buhari's corrupt uncles. The professor stated that some of the crimes Buhari's people committed in his 8-year reign were reappearing now, adding that Betta Chimobim Edu, the successors to Sadiya Omar Farouk, had started the same pattern of theft by her predecessor. He said in a June 23, 2020 article titled Sabiu Yusuf Fat Bank Account that shocked the CBN governor, where I revealed that Muhammad Buhari's relative Sabiu Tunde Yusuf has sorted away so much money in banks that even former CBN governor Godwin Emefiele was so alarmed that he advised him to divide up the money into different accounts. I said that the stench bomb of fetid corruption that will explode after Buhari leaves office will be so unprecedentedly malodorous that it will deaden Nigeria's collective national sensibility for a long time. At the time, some people thought I was merely being hyperbolic for literary effect, but isn't that what is happening now? Every day we are regaled with stories of mindless, free-wheeling theft of our public wealth by officials and relatives of Muhammad Buhari. And what we have learned so far is just a tip of the iceberg. All that happened during Muhammad Buhari's 8-year reign was unstrained, stratospheric, eye-watering corruption, the scale of which Nigeria had never experienced. It was a raucous, brazen, cheerfully irresponsible kleptocratic bazaar. While it happened, governors took the backseat, leading me to characterize Buhari's reign as the era of ungovernance. The Central Bank of Nigeria under Emefiele and the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development under Sadiya Omar Farouk are competing for front-runner status as outposts of the most decadent kleptocratic predation. Emefiele, whom I described in a May 13, 2022 column as an infernally incompetent, exceptionally corrupt, mind-blowing, self-serving, incomprehensibly clueless, overweeningly ambitious, and cruelly insensitive clown, became the conduct for unmentionable financial crimes against Nigeria's involving Buhari's relatives, close friends, and associates. While feathering his own nest, he was a dutiful poodle of the conscientiously thieving, ill-famed Asura cabal, which rumored him by telling him he would succeed Buhari in 2023. If someone wrote a tragic comic drama script about Godwin Emefiele's scandal reading reign as a central bank governor and his ludicrously insane attempt to run for president using the financial and symbolic resources of a central bank while still a central bank governor who hurls consequence-free insults and wishes death upon critics for calling attention to manifest conflict of interest that his presidential run represents, literary critics will pillory the script of his implausible plot. I wrote about Emefiele in my May 13, 2022 column titled Emefiele, a corrupt, inept, heart-attack, loving presidential wannabe. Sadiya Omar Farouk Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development has also turned out to be one of the most prudent morasses of of venality and fraud during the Buhari years. Sadia is now predictably dodging the EFCC using the favorite tactic of Nigerian elite entwined in the web of accounting for their corruption, pretense of ill health. When I read that EFCC was inviting her to account for more than 37 billion naira that she allegedly laundered, I was shocked by the smallness of the amount in light of what I know about the magnitude of pillaging she perpetuated at the ministry. I was relieved when I read a General Fat EFCC statement saying we are still tracing all the transactions and we cannot put a figure to everything now as the investigation is still ongoing. We are talking of a woman who spent more than 500 million naira to feed 96 school kids in their homes in Lagos, Ogun, and the FCT while schools were closed in 2020. A woman whom a 2017 Daily Nigerian report said stole dabinos worth millions of naira donated to IDPs by Saudi Arabia during Ramadan, which she has not denied, while she was the federal commissioner in charge of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons. In a June 15, 2023 appearance on the Brekete family show in Abuja, Mohammed Kazuri Gudaji, a member of the House of Representatives representing the Kazuri Uroni Gwiwa Yokwashi constituency of Jigawa State, who is famous for his brutal forthrightness, verbal directness, and less than perfect English articulation, said what most of us know. A rock-ribbed Muhammadu Buhari partisan, Gudaji nonetheless pointed out that enormous theft of public resources took place during the Buhari regime and that if the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu wanted to be taken seriously, it must arrest and investigate 12 high-profile personages of the Buhari regime. He gave their names as former Godwin Emefiele, former EFCC chairman Abdulrasheed Bawa and Magu II, Group Managing Director of NNPC Mele Kolo Kiyari, former Justice Minister and Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami, former FIRS Chairman Muhammad Maman Nami, Sabiu Tunde Yusuf, DG of NIMSA, Bashar Jamo, Mohammed Bello Koko of the Nigerian Ports Authority, Hadiza Bala Usman, also formerly of NPA, all CBN deputy governors who served with Emefiele, and the entire leaders of the National Interbank Settlement System. I have no knowledge of the corrupt dealings of everyone on Gudaji's list, or whether in fact he has a basis to accuse them of colossal corruption. But I have learned not to dismiss the man with a wave of a hand because of his rhetorical unsophistication, and the fact that Emefiele, Bawa, Sadiya, and some CBN deputy governors are on the probe months after his plea to Tinubu should tell us that he isn't a flippant blabbermouth. Now, they're saying just 12 officials. All of them, and they should recover our funds because I keep saying this. And when they are not dead, they are alive, they are living, they are where we can see them. Can you reach out to these people and press their neck to get our money if you have to? Alright, on this note, you've come to the end of the news, so thank you for tuning in to listen until I come your way next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.